So it's gonna be episode 88 of the Just Chilling podcast. Got my boy Med with me, man. What's up?
What's happening with you? Glad to be back on the Just Chilling podcast
No,
again.
no, when was the last time? When was the last time you was on here?
Oh shit! I
Had to
think
be, had to be
I
the
know.
beginning of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah, cause I know, man. No, it was after that because I was on here with Rashad G, and I can't think of the young lady.
Oh, Coming to America. Coming to America.
Come to America. Yep, that was
Coming
the
to
last time I
America.
was on. So it's been recent.
All right. So first question before I get into what I wrote down, why do you want to drop a project right now at this moment? Like what made this the right time for you to drop something?
With that project, it wasn't none. It was honestly just something I felt like I want to get more to telling more of my story in my music a little bit. I didn't really do um sorry, I got distracted. Let me put that to the side. I didn't really do that's an aspect of my career where I feel like I haven't done this much yet. Where we got songs like on They Will Never Bleed Too. What's the last song? By Myself, where I'm telling real stories that's like that people around me know, like those are, this is something that's documented that I done went through and stuff like that. So it's not about a timing thing, but it's really more so of a, again, off my chest more so. Kind of, that's why I didn't call it like an album, or I didn't call them songs. I call it more so a memoir, because it was more so just recounting a bunch of events that happened in my life. That's why I didn't do too much promoting of it. And I also didn't send this one out. I didn't send this out to anybody before anybody heard it. I didn't say too much about anything because I felt like if I done that, this is the most, I always explain being in the studio as like being naked. And I'm ass naked on this for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's uncomfortable for some people to be in a room full of people and be ass naked. That's how I describe it. And so I didn't even want them to get discouraged with it. So I just was like, fuck it. I'm just going to drop it. I'm going to say what I said and what it was good. If you like something, you like something. If you don't like it, fuck it. It ain't for you. That's how I felt with it.
Now is it something different that you done for you never did nothing like this? Like as far as incorporating your personal stuff, so much of your personal stuff in your music. Have you ever done like this? The first time you ever ventured out like that?
I have, but it'd be very surface. It don't be as detailed. Some of those songs are more detailed. On this on Broken Hearts only. But a lot of times I might go into one story to the next story. A lot of these songs was focused on one person, one story. But it kind of was still all over the place of like why I wanted to pick and choose. I didn't tell it from A to Z. I kind of told it A, B, then we just might skip down to M, and then I might come back up to C, so, but I didn't tell it like straight from beginning to the end, but I did tell those stories like, that's differently from what I normally would do. It kind of be real surface, or I might blend two females or blend 45 conversations that in counterments that I have. But now this one was really basically about, one situation or one, set mind frame between this time. So yeah.
Why you want the name on the project Broken Hearts Only?
At first I was trying to decide between Heartbreak Motel or Broken Hearts Only, and really I was just trying to Heartbreak Motel is kind of played out, so people did vote that when I put it on my story. It was kind of played out to me though. So I wanted to do something like that's like a play on like members only, I know you've heard of members only, so I did, instead of members only, Broken Hearts only in this. And so I kind of like dedicated to the people that actually been through some type of, I think most people, if you haven't went through heartbreak yet, you just ain't lived along yet, or you haven't experienced enough yet. So this was particularly just for those people that, have those type of feelings and are okay with, I guess, expressing those or just being able to feel in a sense. So that's what I wanted to do with putting this type of project out for sure.
How did that Usher influence reach you to use on the Heartbreak Motel song?
I have no idea. It was just the first thing that came to mind when I heard this beat, and I just remember going, okay, so how I want to go with this. I want this song to be about reflection. This is me talking about how I felt about a situation. So the first thing I even thought was like, if I'm gonna reflect, the first thing you hear me say is mirror, mirror on the wall. Like it's just a reflection. Like really that whole song, really I'm talking to myself because the part you remind me of a girl that I once knew is I'm not talking about the girl, I'm talking about myself because I feel like I've become when I look at myself, sometimes I see what happened to me during that situation. You see what I'm saying? Like I've become a part of that. So that's why really I don't know what, cause like you're not the first person to say something about that. Actually, my homeboy, he was like that's what sold me on this project. He's like, when I heard you even bringing the Usher like reference, I thought that was so dope for you to even do that. And like a lot of people have liking that song, and which is kind of weird for me knowing how real that song is, and then hearing people going like, "Oh man, I like that song," and I'm like, I kinda, but that's kind of a real, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of. I had to get it off my chest a little bit. You know what I'm
Yeah. Why didn't you call it a Heartbreak Hotel? Why is it Motel?
Motel because hotel is more expensive. Motels is kind of the more broken down, version.
I know. I know.
Yeah. So when I did this, I didn't want it to be no luxury, type thing because this isn't about being broken. Like this is not. It's not about being luxurious and living the best life when you think of a hotel versus a motel. Motels are nasty. Motels are filthy. They grimy. You really don't want to be in a motel. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really went with motel instead of hotel because wasn't nothing about this more lavish like luxurious like.
Yeah.
So definitely motel instead of hotel on that.
How did you come up with the lyrical content for Heartbreak Motel? How did you know you was gonna go with it, as far as lyrics wise?
Lyrics wise, I have this was what I set out to do from the jump. I already knew I wanted to tell this story. I have actually attempted my first attempt at telling this story was actually in 2017, which was very hard because not only had just went through that, it's also I didn't understand how to actually properly record myself. I didn't actually have the proper software, so a lot of those songs and was garbage. So I had trashed them. Like they was on my SoundCloud. I just had to trash the shit. It just wasn't quality. It's sonically as I get better and better. It's stuff just didn't sound as well. So it's just like I knew the story I wanted to tell. It's just that sometimes things flow differently, as I let beats influence me in the sense. I know what story I might want to tell sometime, but the next line, I'm gonna let the beat carry what cadence I'm gonna use, I let that change my feelings, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I already knew lyrically the story I wanted to tell through this entire project. So yeah, it really was just about me and my situation with relationships, love, and just being as real as I can. So that's what I did with that.
When did you finish recording Broken Hearts on it? When was the last day?
I put two last songs. I actually did all the songs in one day except two, which is probably the better of the two. So what I had did was I went out of town to what the hell was we? Myrtle Beach. I went to Myrtle Beach, heard the beat, and I was like, all right, as soon as I get home, I want to record. So I came back home. I didn't even come back to my house. I left, I grabbed my equipment and I went to a hotel for 2 days. Yeah, that was a hotel. For 2 days, and I just sat in there and I was like, okay, this is really what I want to tell the story. I feel inspired. Let me go ahead and get this out. So I did all them songs in one day. But the last two out of those, well, actually one don't count, so it really is, so what it is, 4, because one don't count and 2. Okay, so the last 2 songs I did was the Runaway and both of the runs, Runaway and Run Back to Your Love. I did them after, which is probably the better of the songs, but I did them songs just to have some extras on there, some songs that was more song quality, more so than my story.
You stacking up your B sides.
Yeah, well, more so, yeah. Well, I felt like those was more so A sides.
Oh, okay.
And because the other songs I don't consider them to be the best songs. You see what I'm saying? Like most of those songs don't even have actual choruses on them. They just simply getting out what I wanted to get out and just say what the hell I wanted to say to tell this story. So that's what I really was like trying to focus on, even with those songs. But then I was like, okay, me as an artist, I hate putting out a body of a body like that, and not have songs that somebody can go like, okay, like this is my shit, or be like, damn, I love that song. Like this is a good song. Those were my two attempts of not. Well, I would say Runaway Love is still personal, but it's not just like this. You know what I'm saying? This situation. It's just how I feel in general. So yeah, I finished all of them in the day except those two. The rest of them, and Heartbreak Kid. Heartbreak Kid don't count. I'm gonna milk Heartbreak Kid the hell out. I am every time. Every time.
Well, that's I'm glad you brought it up because, like I said, I'm letting myself, and maybe you would appreciate it as an artist. I'm not listening to the whole thing. I'm listening to it song by song by song, and I want to have you on here as much as I can to talk about the songs I hear. So
Okay.
Heartbreak Kid is up next. I've heard it once before, but I haven't. I'm going after we do this episode. I'm gonna listen. That's the song I'm gonna be on repeat until we get a chance to talk again about Heartbreak Kid.
Right.
Um, what can you say about Heartbreak Kid without spoiling it in this one? Because this pretty much is the whole Heartbreak Motel episode. So what can you say about Heartbreak Kid without spoiling it too much?
Without spoiling it too much, well, we just told y'all what Heartbreak Motel was. It was kind of just like a reflection of like what I was going through this particular situation. Heartbreak Kid is more so, I would say, because I wrote it later, of course. Well, I wrote it this year, but actually late 2020. But it's more so, it's the vibe. It's a little different. It's not as dark as telling this painful story that I went through. It's more so as I feel like, because some people felt like I was saying that I was the Heartbreak Kid, like I was just out there breaking hearts. Which, if you actually listen to Heartbreak Kid, it's not really that. It's really more so, yeah, I don't want to give away too much. That's what I'm trying to see how I could.
Yeah, we're gonna bleed this over to the next time, but tell me
Okay.
what you can about it in this one though, just
Okay.
before
Yeah.
because we're gonna do a whole joint on Heartbreak Kid because I'm fixing to like starting tomorrow. I'm gonna start repeating that thing.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Because we even got the video for that. So the people that if they want to watch it, very nice video. I think that's my best video to date. So definitely.
It's already out.
Yeah, Heartbreak Kid. Yeah, it's already out to that song. So yeah, definitely y'all check that one out. But yeah, that's just a song that I would just consider it to be just wanting to love properly. And you being infatuated with this woman, and you just like you is what I want, but like I don't want you to mess up me. That's kind of what Heartbreak Kid was. It was just like that, like a couple of lines in there would kind of paint that for you. But like I said, I don't want to get too much away if you want to do it.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that deep on another show probably soon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to ask you this before we get up out of here. We're gonna get up out of here. Like I said, you know what I talked to you about before we even got going.
For sure.
What? How did you land on using a broken heart so much? I still feel like you need to do a line of shirts just with the broken heart.
We got them.
I feel like it goes with your music. I feel like you show the ugly side and you show the best side.
Mm-hmm.
You have that ability in your music. I feel like the broken heart is a good symbol for your music.
Mm-hmm.
But how did you land on that to start really incorporating it now? Because you know what I'm talking about. You are doing that. So what can you tell us about you incorporating the broken heart so much?
Yeah, well, okay, so we got Heartbreak Kid, which was first, of course, which is around February. And just engaging with a lot of people, like one of my closest homeboys, Charles. He just was just like, I'm just hearing everybody refer to me as the Heartbreak Kid. I'm posting the Shawn Michaels picture because really that's what helped me kind of come up with the whole thing. I was born in '97. Shawn Michaels wore the pants for that jacket that I wore in the Royal Rumble '97. So like all of this is calculated of what I wanted to bring this character, well, kind of like a character, to life. And so really it's just like I felt like that would be the perfect time to like to be in my feelings again, in a sense. I feel like musically, sometimes you could be in your feelings too much, and I feel like, damn, this is the perfect time for me to actually be in my feelings. I want to be in my feelings in my music sometimes. I want to be able to be vulnerable in that point, because to me, that's the best music. I used to be at a point in my life where I felt like the best punchline or the more intellectual you could be was how you could be the best rapper or how you can make the best song. And hence where when I first started, maybe you could go back to 2013, which all my music that sound horrible, but I feel like I was a better rapper then because I was sitting there and now everything was calculated. I was sitting there watching rhyme schemes. So I'd be rhyming in the inside of my lines and be rhyming on the outside of my lines and like all type of stuff. I would literally study that. So now I got to the point where I appreciate people like a Drake or even like a younger version, like a Rod Wave, where you telling lines about something that I can feel about your life that's like so relatable that we all can, say that we've been through. That's more important to me because everybody, like I said before on here a long time ago, everybody can relate to being a drug dealer. Everybody can relate to being a killer. That's why I always consider people consider Tupac or somebody like that to be the realest rappers of all time. I consider Drake to be because every feelings, regardless if person be neglectful to say that they actually feel, we're human. We can't help but feel, or we intentionally numb ourselves, from feelings. And so all I wanted to do with this project was to keep going. Okay, I got people doing broken heart emojis in there. People getting behind that. People like doing that. And so I was like, okay, shit, let's double down on it. Let's give. Well, really, it wasn't even give it to them. It was really like, okay, let me get this off of me. Let me get my broken heart off of me. And then now I feel a little better that I got, my broken heart, little message out there. But like I said, it's been dope to see that people have been responding to a song like Heartbreak Motel, which ain't the easiest for me to put out and not, feel some type of something if somebody was to criticize, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was dope. That was dope though, for sure. But that's all it is. That's all it is with the Heartbreak Kid. That's all it is. I'm milking it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's
Yeah.
yours. You know what I'm saying? It's yours. You do with it what you want to do with it.
And it's something different too. I'm sorry, it's something different too. Cause I feel like a lot of people got the whole gorilla thing, emojis and stuff, all different stuff. And I felt like the broken heart was something a little different. Ain't like I'm just sad.
I want one. I want a black shirt with the heart broke, with the broken heart on it. I want a black, and I want a BHF underneath it and shit.
Oh yeah, we got you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all I really wanted to have you with. Like I said, I wasn't gonna keep it too much. We're gonna do Heartbreak Kid. I'm gonna listen to it 100 times. Then we're gonna do. Then we're gonna schedule up and do that again too.
No, make sure you check out the
video. Get up out of here, huh? What you say?
I said make sure you check out the video too, so we can discuss the video and everything on that other Heartbreak Kid.
I am. I want to tell you this before we get out of here too. You said Shawn Michaels, inspired you a little bit about that too. I just want you to know, fun fact, Shawn Michaels can have a 5-star wrestling match with a fucking kitchen broom.
All of them say that. Like the best.
Have a match.
My favorite though.
You might think the broom might win. He's that good. He'll make the broom look good. Yeah. That's how good he is.
He was my favorite.
That's how good he was. You want to talk about?
Yeah, absolutely. But he was
you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, Rob Van Dam was my number. Him and Rob Van Dam was my number one and my 1A and 1B. That was always if Shawn Michaels and somebody was in the match, I'm always gonna be Shawn Michaels. That was my favorite. So to have this opportunity where I could find this jacket that I could put on to be like, hey, I'm the Heartbreak Kid. I always thought he was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm cute. Like I'm a black dude. I'm a black big dude. And I looked up as a kid, I looked up the Shawn Michaels. Like he was so cool and so dope to me. So I just thought that was like
and the motherfucker could wrestle too.
Yeah. The one